Oh, YouTube X, it's your main man BTM here, bringing you back to the Black Tiger Miner YouTube channel in the BTM Crypto News Network. Let's go. And we're talking about Turbo Intimate Breakout coming up, right? The Turbo and Kaspa. Talking about the Kaspa major breakouts coming. Price holding above the support, and Kaspa is about to moon soon. Kaspa is going to break out. So let me know what you guys think about in the comments. We have a lot of Kaspa news coming up. Uh, Kaspa is set to release the Crescendo fork or the Crescendo hard fork upgrade and the smart contracts and a lot of new and exciting developments are coming for Kaspa. Remember, Kaspa. You guys remember this T-shirt? Some of you guys who've been following your main man BTM for a while had to go back in the archive and pull this shirt out. People said that you just started talking about, bro, we ain't new to this. We are true to this. We've been talking about Kaspa since Kaspa was Kaspa. But either way it go, I guess we'll turn on the spotlight and get to it. Thanks for joining. Thanks for subscribing. And thanks for diamond handing and sticking with the project. There's been a lot of noise and a lot of fun, but we have surpassed all that. And now we are back ready to pump, ready to push, and ready to turn all the way back up on the Kaspa. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. So let me see. Don't forget to sign up for the BTM Twitter page, the BTM News Media outlet for crypto. And let's see what we got here. So this is Kaspa 10 BPS Crescendo is set to accelerate Kaspa even deeper into uncharted territory. BTC will continue to process 7 TPS at full capacity, while Kaspa will process 3,000 TPS at full capacity. Kaspa is Bitcoin that solved the Bitcoin scaling problem, the trilemma, security, and speed. So Kaspa is what Bitcoin wants to grow up to be, right? Kaspa is clearly superior to Bitcoin. It's not Bitcoin's fault. I guess Bitcoin didn't have the superior genes, didn't have the parents that Kaspa had, but it's cool, right? Ain't no reason to hate Kaspa for being Kaspa. Nakatomi consensus time is marked by blocks. Time is why Bitcoin cannot scale. Ghostdad at 10 BPS, time is marked by blocks. Inclusion remove time from transaction ordering. Interesting. Kaspa ordinate node initiative. Coney. And I need to look up Coney. I keep seeing it, but I don't have the information. So at some point I'll look it up and get it back to you. Maybe we'll do a Coney video. Or I hope I'm even saying that right. But this is sending Kaspa nodes to space. Oh yeah, I did read that. For more decentralization, for resilience, and for the future. So in the Coney project, they're going to send a Kaspa node in space and a satellite, and it is going to process transactions from space, from what I can tell. But I can get deeper into that and then come back and let you guys know. If you do know in the comments, let me know so we can find it and research it and make that information. But again, we are researching it, just trying to keep up, right? A lot of things are happening, a lot of moving parts, just trying to stay current. If Solana had 21 billion coins in circulation, the price would be approximately $2.56 per soul. Some of the market cap stays constant. So if you bought Solana at $0.75, and it's now worth $2.56. The percentage of return will be approximately 3,313. That's weird. 313, odd number there. Literally an odd number. Kaspa versus Solana. So this is a power law. So I want to know, is this right? Are you following this? Right? Is this because we are this is February 14 cents. March, April 12 cents. May, uh, June 16, 15 cents. July 18 cents. September 16 cents. 12 cents. 16 cents again. And going back down. Hey, I'm tripping. This is 2025. So we are 7 cents March, January, February, March, April. Actually, 7 cents. Uh, okay, I thought it was gonna projections for 2026, $1.99, $1.10, 69 cents, 34 cents, and 19 cents. So we will see. We'll have to wait and see to finish that out. Mine Machine 24 will be rewarded with 24 with cash for all of May. Mine Machine 24 will be rewarded with Casper for all of May. More original, better odds to win Machine 24. We pay power. We keep 100% rewards. Buy Origin now on Cash Spot. What is this? Is it a KRC20 token? What? I don't understand. But let me know in the comments. Cash is going to be the most demanding L1 of 2025 once 10 BPS and smart contracts are live on the mainnet. And I don't know if everyone's even familiar or even understand how big the 10 BPS will be and the smart contracts. Once they have the contracts, uh, it's going to be pretty big, right? It's going to push Caspa further up the um it's going to push Caspa further up in the ecosystem, guys. You have no idea what's about to happen May 5th. And speaking of May 5th, let me check because I still got oh my god, I still got the turbo stuff up. Let me check real quick. Um the crescendo clock. Can we get that down? And Caspa FYI, I was in a rush. Kids are sick, so I didn't really get time to set up, but give me a second here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, and Caspians. Is going to get to this article. So May 5th, we have 19 days, 17 hours, and 14 minutes away. Read this article in a second. And these are meme coins. Why are we looking at memes? Um, the block explorer. There was something I was going to look at before we went this article back. Before we get to the block explorer, APS on mainnet. Okay, well, we'll come back to that. What is this? Good morning, Haspians. Brains mining now on Kaspa at Kaspa NFT collection. So is there really a Lego set for Kaspa? Or is this just NFT or something? Because I definitely would want to get this Kaspa Maxi Lego set, but I'm pretty sure this is just a meme picture. We're bringing the castle to life, letting holders of brains that have exclusive 24-hour 365 building access to collaborate more. We're here to brew bold. Okay, I'm tripping. Completely lost my chain of thought here. Kaspa. I guess I'll read the article and come back because I was going to look something up real quick. It wasn't a Kaspa mainnet. This is Kaspa.com. Haven't had a lot of time to understand the Kaspa.com either. Well, let me discover 18 incredible tactics to skyrocket Kaspa to the top 10. Let's leave big corporations and huge VC fundings in the dust. This bull run belongs to us. Success hinges on our actions. As a rocker and New Yorker by blood, I implore you to inspect Casper more than one at a time. Breakthrough technology, 6,000 times faster than BTC, 4 times faster than Solana. Saw you guys on Queens Boulevard when I was 15. Still can't hear. Okay. Casper holders arguing in 2026. I hope so. And this is the Casper door. We're halfway through the cast upgrade. Uh, Coming hot at 50% until Cast 2.0 unleash its power. 1.7 M blocks remaining. Tick tock. Arriving at the family function after Cast is $1. I know that's right. I know that is right. Let me get a couple fives here and there, big dog. Let me see here. Uh, yeah, there we go. There we go. Give me them handshakes. Give me those high fives. Let's go. Caspa, Caspa, Caspa. Uh, Caspa meetup led by passive volunteers are low to no cost accessible events. To learn more about Caspa and get connected to a regional community, this and other upcoming events around the globe will feature news about the Crescendo hard fork happening in 20 days. This is actually cool. This is uh somebody made a 3D Jonathan some Saminsky. Never get this guy's name wrong. But I get everybody's name wrong, so it's nothing personal. I think this is cool as heck. And I bet once Casper blows up, this little sculpture is going to be worth a pretty penny. Going to need to pick it up now while it's cheap, right? Going to be some decent artwork. A statue of Casper's creator, Jonathan Saminsky, now resides in Ecuador, El Salvador. El Zoni? El Salvador? Yes, I don't know. But that's actually cool too. I think that's pretty cool. So as you can see, there's definitely some movement already with Caspa. Caspa, do you like just playing with free credits in King AI based on an image made with Chat GPT app? It's King AI. Is that an app? What is King AI? Check that later. Actually, pretty cool. I don't want to fall in this rabbit hole. Keeping it moving. Dad, Casper just hit $10. Will you sell? I don't think that's a good idea. I don't know. $10? I don't know. Is it time to sell or not? Interesting. Are you prepared for what comes next? And of course, you can see. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Open up the trading view. I'm tripping. Trading view. Let me come back here. I think there's a serious push. Telling you guys, once this 10 BPS hits the streets and the world starts talking about it, we're definitely going to see uh, a lot of push. I don't know if it stays up the whole time, but it's definitely going to run up. Kaspa double bottom, the break of the descending trend line after forming a double bottom structure is a potential trend reversal if confirmed by substantial price action above the breakout level. Watch out on Kaspa. So here's the double bottom. And generally, after the double bottom, there's a slight pullback and then there's an explosion up. That's what he's trying to inform us here. Once you get a double bottom, at some point, it's going to be a serious run up. So this is Kaspa Eyes breakout as price holds strong above key support. And they're saying Kaspa's on a support line. Once you hold above the support line, if you can hold it, let me see here. Which one of these is the actual? Yeah, so this is the support, right? We've been holding support. And since you hold support, at some point, if it doesn't go down, right? At some point, it's going to come up big. Like previously, it held the support here, and then it came up, and here it dipped under the support and came up. But here, once it came up here, it held that support line, right? It didn't go under 7 cents. So that means there is a push up around the corner, right? Something big is coming. I suspect after Easter, either next week, maybe this weekend, but definitely next weekend, or the first week of May, in anticipation to the crescendo hard fork. I think the saying is buy the news, sell the rumor. So as people are buying in for the crescendo hard fork upgrade, the price will go up because people are buying in. And once it comes out, people will sell because it's you're buying. Is it buy the rumor, sell the news? Is it buy the rumor? Either way it go, people buy in before the actual must be buy the rumor, sell the news. People buy in the rumor of the crescendo hard fork. And once the actual news comes out, you sell, right? Because then everybody else is going to buy in. So you're going to sell what you bought cheap at a higher price because people are trying to get a piece of what's in the news. Kaspa bounced back over 7.5% with the bulls now eyeing zero point 0.8 mark. So an 8 cent mark. And we're at 7 cent. There's a green here on the 4-hour chart. RSI is down 52. Base RSI moving average is 59. That's on the 4-hour chart. On the 1-hour chart, RSI is way down 36. And base MA is 47. On a 15-minute chart, looks like the RSI is starting to turn up at 40.1. Base RSI is 35. Can't tell if that's a curve up yet or not. And on the 5-minute chart, you guys love the 5-minute chart so much. RSI is a 49.9. Base RSI moving average. I still can't tell if that's a upward turn yet. So it's going to get interesting. Kaspa is back in the green, pushing towards the 0.8 mark after bouncing back over 5.7% in the past 24 hours, signaling that the bulls may be preparing for a first breakout. With momentum indicators flip positive and the volume gradually returning, as Kaspa is now trading within the striking distance of the crucial resistance zone. So let's see here. What is this resistance zone? But let me check let me close that. We're going to look at the moving average, which is the MACD. And you can see here they are building volume on the 5-minute chart, and the MACD is crossed and moving up on the 5-minute. 50-minute chart, we're seeing volume 2, the MACD cross, and it's going up as well. 1-hour chart, volume's still down, but there's a couple of green candles. I guess the resistance level would be 7.98 cents. So somewhere in this area, right? Because yeah, what is this? Probably right here. 7.9 cents. Actually, should be here. What is this? Yeah, 7.9. In the 1 hour, let's check the 4 hour. What is it? 7.9? 7.9. That's where it hit the last time and came back down. What is this? 7.92. And came down. We'll check the day chart. So it is 7.9. Actually, yeah, the last resistance will be 7.9, then it came down. So we will see what is in store for Kaspa. The price retreated slightly since tapping the local high at zero point 0.8, but continues to hold above the short term at 7.1. Over the last week, price action has formed a horizontal structure where bulls and bears effectively stand. The range bound setup reflects indecision but not weakness. Zooming out, the bigger picture remains constructive. Cash is still trading within the border zone between 6 cents and 12 cents, which has contained price action since mid-March. A clean break above the channel could open the door for a sharp upside push, especially if backed by rising volume. The near-term target to watch is 8. Our previously attempts to rally have been rejected. Clearing the zone could put 8 cents back on the table, followed by a more extended towards 9 cents on the downside. If support at 7 cents fails to hold, the key demand zone are fought at 6 cents and 5 cents. Under the hood, technical momentum has eased slightly. There's no sign of swift into bearish territory. Most indicators confirm that the chart tells us momentum has slowed, but the structure remains intact. Relative strength index RSI I was just looking at sits comfortably at 56. The neutral territory reflecting a balanced market. The MACD, which we also looked at, has flattened, signaling a pause in the directional strength, but not a reversal. Oscillatings like the Commodity Exchange Index CCI and the Ultimate Oscillator continue to lean positive. If buyers step in at current levels and push past the 8 cents resistance, that could trigger the run towards the next zone, which is 9 cents and potentially 12 cents if momentum builds. So basically, they're saying if momentum builds at 8 cents, which is here, it could push on up from here to maybe 9 cents or 12 cents. Let me go to the 15-minute chart, see if we can come in a little bit. Oh, it is here. I was wondering where my lines were. So yeah, so we'll bring this down to, this is 12.5 and 9 cents. They're saying if momentum pushes, we could push up to here, somewhere between here and here. So I'm thinking hopefully we'll hit this before the crescendo hard fork. And after that does hit, we're going to go fully up past that all-time high or previous high of 12 cents. But let me know what you guys think about it when you get a chance. But let's go to a video. Actually, let's not go to the video. Let's look at Kaspa. SY. We're at 1.6 TPS. 0.7 TPS and 1 Ether hash. So I guess we're back up. I'm trying to remember what it was before it went down. Next reduction is 20 days. Okay, so it was Ether hash. So we're back in a petahash. Ether hash. Looks like you guys are turning those miners back on. I did turn mine back on, but I do have a bigger miner, which is not profitable. But I might turn it back on. I don't know. I'm trying to decide, trying to figure that out. Actually, we're down 3% today. And let's check the top address. Before we do, let's check KRC20 tokens real quick. Nachos down 3%. Mantis? What is this? Mantis is number 2. Up 10%. Croaks down 6%. Eagles down 2%. Caspi's down 6. Top gainer. Okay, Conan, let's go. Conan's up 11%. Bert is up. Okay, Bert, I see you. Up 13%. Fant, I'm not even sure what that is. Up 17%. Cas, BTC's up 7. Caspa's up 6. So Nachos down 3% to 13 point. This is getting back to familiar territory. 13.5 13.5 million. PPKS is 7.7 million. Kango's 4.9 million. Caspi's unchanged at 2.5. Casper is up 5% to 1.2 million. Goat 1% to 1.3 million. Croak is 713,000. Cas BTC is 514,000. Original 335,000. K-Rex 320,000. Bert 13% to 372. Conan 10% to 259. Come on, Conan. You're almost there, guys. We need you guys to get to the top 10, and you are really close. Come on, Conan. Font is up 18 at 239. So hopefully the top dog on Caspa will push back up to top 10. But we're getting back, right? Things are back, trending back in the positive. If we can keep holding this resistance line, we might push on up to 8 cents. No, it's not much, but every small amount counts. Like this guy's saying, you got to get to 18, got to get to 8 cents first. Buyers can hold current levels and push cash for the 8 cents. Could trigger a run towards the next zone, which is 9 cents and potentially 12 cents. What up, LB? Where you been, bro? What's going on? I guess we'll click to a video. This is Wojak. What's that? Caspa Wojak. Is that Wojak? Caspa to 10 cents, just like Bitcoin in 2013. And of course, this is Da Vinci Jeremy. Somebody call me Da Vinci Jeremy. I appreciate that, but not quite yet. But at some point, right? When I get there, I definitely put the crown on, but I can't pick the crown up until I have got to that point. But let's see what Wojak has to say.
I really think Kaspa might even do as high as $10. If it's just $1, get some Bitcoin, put it away, goes to nothing. Who cares, right? You only spent $1, right? You get a million satoshis for $1, right? And the way I see it, that will be worth $1 million just for inflation once Bitcoin gets to where it's going to be. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, and thank you so much for watching my videos. Now in this video, I'll be explaining how buying Kaspa at the current price is the same as buying Bitcoin back in 2013. There is a good reason that
I decided to put Da Vinci Jeremy's video in the beginning of this video because he's the guy that is famous for urging people back in 2013 to buy Bitcoin at $1. Imagine if you took the advice of Da Vinci Jeremy back in 2013, you would be sitting at a very, very life-changing gains. Now, the same thing is happening with Kaspa. When we mention the prices that Kaspa is going to go, especially when I mentioned about the price of Kaspa going to $10, most of the people believe it, some of them don't, and think this is some illusional or delusional price predictions. I don't think Kaspa is going to go to $10 within the next 2 weeks to the next month. I am looking at this as a long-term project. And if you're into Kaspa in for the short-term gains, I think you are having a very terrible experience right now because the price of Casper is not good as you'd want. Instead of focusing on the short term, it's better to focus on the long term. One thing that I believe is that Bitcoin faced a lot of challenges. It is currently being adopted in a large scale, but initially, Bitcoin faced a lot of challenges. And most of the people that even bought Bitcoin at $1 ended up selling their Bitcoin just to buy, let's say, food, to buy t shirts, to buy clothing, because they did not see the actual value of Bitcoin. Now, the same thing is happening right now. We saw most of the people sold their Casper just for meme coins, and others are selling their Casper and just quitting because of the prices and everything that is going on. We're seeing tariffs, trade wars, blah, blah, blah. All these are short term things. They are not going to last for more than, they don't even last for 2, 3 months by Bitcoin. Bitcoin took almost all the hits for most of the cryptocurrencies. It was labeled as a cryptocurrency used for money laundering, terrorists, not efficient, a scam, this and that. But now everybody wants to get into Bitcoin. We are seeing the US strategic Bitcoin reserve. We are seeing more and more countries wanting to own a portion of the Bitcoin network. Now, this is happening because most of the people have not yet understood the magnitude of Kaspa. And this is why I have to reference one of the tweets from Paul von Son. Paul von Son is one of the people that is working in the Kaspa Industrial Initiative. And he is one of the prominent figures in the energy sector. And he said this about Kaspa. He said Kaspa is still hardly known in finance, industry, and broad public worldwide. They will discover it not through hyped stories and false expectations, but by experiencing the true value of security, processing speed, and smarter clean energy use. Now, someone like this, someone who has been into the energy industry for so long, as he said in one of his speeches, they are looking for something to use for energy trading. They tried Ethereum, they tried most of the blockchains, and most of these blockchains had very big faults. Now, you can read the story that was put out on X about Rory O'Neill and his team, the journey that they went through in order to meet and finally meeting Casper. Because Casper is something that they really wanted so bad from back in the days. When Casper's technology was available, it was like a dream come true. Now, if more and more projects find Casper useful, like this Casper Key project, I think we're going to see true value of Kaspa being unleashed. I believe Kaspa in the next 5 to 10 years is going to absolutely hit $10. This is not financial advice, and this is just my opinion. You can take it and believe it. You can go and do your own research and have conviction of your own. Some believe that Casper is going to go to $3. Some believe that Casper is going to $7. Some believe that Casper is going to $20. It depends on how much conviction you have for the project. Now, in an industry where you have millions of cryptocurrencies claiming to solve different problems, you have a cryptocurrency that did not drive away or did not go away from the Bitcoin standard. When you talk about the Bitcoin standard, you have to talk about decentralization. You have to talk about proof of work. You have to talk about security. And you have to talk about fair lunch. Casper accomplishes everything. And that's why Casper is going to get a lot of attraction. It's going to get a lot of attraction from a lot of institutional players, institutional, let's say big players, because of how fairly it is. It is similar to Bitcoin. That's why it gets all of the traction. Now, most of the people who are into Kaspa, I think most of the people were attracted with the decentralized aspect, the security aspect, and its fair lunch aspect. These are the three things that really attracted most of the people into Kaspa. And this is similar to Bitcoin. Most of the people want Bitcoin because of its properties. It is decentralized, it is secure, and it was also fairly launched. But not all the people are going to hold Kaspa throughout those prices. I believe people want to outsmart the markets. Kaspa fell from 0.18, it went straight to 0.05. And some of the people are thinking like, I should have sold Kaspa at 0.18 and bought back at 0.05. Of course, if you had information before, you would have done the same. But that is not the case because the markets are unpredictable. What you can really, really have conviction on is the project, the technology, what is going on in the ecosystem. Kaspa is actively building. We are waiting for 10 blocks per second. We are seeing layer 2s get built on Kaspa. We are seeing big projects, for example, the Kaspa key, building a lot of heavy projects that are going to connect Kaspa to the real world. And we are talking about trillions of dollars coming into the Kaspa network. When you talk about energy trading, it is estimated that by 2030, it is going to be worth 2 trillion. Now, if all of these 2 trillion US dollars from the energy sector comes on into Kaspa, I think this could be really massive. And just a reminder, Kaspa is only getting started. It is just the beginning of the growth. There's much room for improvement. There's much room for development. And we are just getting started. Seeing more and more projects come and build into Kaspa. Now, this is going to be massive. So if you think Kaspa is going to really become massive, don't forget to hit the like and don't forget to subscribe. It really means a lot for the spread of the word about Kaspa. So thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.
So that was a pretty good synopsis. I thought it was a better video than that. I got to screen these videos better. Holding 250K cash for 2029. This is the long game. Remember, Ethereum was $8 in 2026. Yeah, definitely know that. I was mining it. I wish I would have held on to more of it before I sold it. I think I sold it at like $50. But you live and you learn. Let me see here. I do want to squeeze in this your crypto crew, but this is 4 minutes. Let's see what Crypto ZX has to say real quick. We are about to see a major breakout soon.
Always, but let's waste no more time and talk about what's happening with Kaspa right now, and of course, what we could be expecting going into Tuesday morning. So, as we are looking at the broader market over the last 24 hours, if you put that into perspective, obviously, majority of the market is in red, but one of the very few coins that is up right now is Kaspa, up 5.2%, right behind Fard coins. Once again, confirming what we've been discussing on my channel on a regular day-to-day basis, the fact that Kaspa is showing a significant amount of strength once again. And this yet again just confirms what we've been discussing. But if you're looking at Kaspa right now, the price is currently sitting at 7.7 cents. Of course, if you were to round it up, 7.8 cents as of recording this update. Also up 4.5% in Bitcoin. Comparative valuation holding really strong above 2 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about $94 million. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer. Anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So if you're looking at the dominance index here, guys, dominance index has been skyrocketing, retesting, April 11th. And of course, obviously, if we are able to break out of this zone, we could be retesting April 7th levels. Bitcoin is actually having a good day right now. Obviously, I know a lot of people are going to be confused at the fact that, Bitcoin is looking amazing right now, but yet you're still looking at the dominance going up. That just shows you, as I've stated to you guys before in my updates, uncertainty for the broader market still exists. Bitcoin, obviously looking amazing right now. If this is able to break out, we could be retesting some of the levels we haven't seen since the beginning of April, which of course is about 2 weeks back. But BTC so far so good, still in this upwards trend, which of course is nice to see. But yeah, the fact that Bitcoin's going up, but yet the dominance is also going up with it is a clear indication that you are seeing still quite a bit of uncertainty within the crypto markets. Because even though we did see, let me tell you guys something, even though we did see, the dominance going down to the likes of 63.14% a few times, still really, really high in the grand scheme of things. So, in terms of an altcoin rally, for altcoin season to really start, or altcoins to be outpacing BTC, we don't need the dominance sitting at this height, and this is why we take a look at the dominance on a day-to-day basis. But with that said, let's analyze and take a look at what's happening with Kaspa. So Kaspa, of course, still is below that key resistance, which I've spoken to you guys about. You won't be able to see it on the daily time frame. So we're going to shift our focus towards the hourly, and you can see this for yourself. Kaspa was once again able to go back up to this almost 8 cents. It's having a little bit of a hard time, getting back above 8 cents for sure, but it's holding really, really nicely, exactly what we've been discussing. Like I said to you guys, and again, so far so good. And of course, if this, is able to break out here with the dominance going high at the height that the dominance is sitting, I am highly, highly impressed the way Kaspa is holding. So next retest, guys, is clearly that 8.2 cents mark, which is about a 6.3% move from here. That we need to flip that. Simple as that. I know I've said this 1,000 times, and I'll say it 1,000 times more if I have to. But we are looking really good as of now. In terms of anything being invalidated, still nothing. Still up 50%. Saw barely any retracement right now. So so far so good. Your fingers crossed. Hopefully this momentum doesn't shift. Obviously, a lot of people are gaining confidence. And what I mean by gaining confidence is when you see MatraDAO, own project, saw one of the craziest, wipeouts that we have seen over the last, 48 hours. Obviously, now people are starting to realize, why Kaspa having no VCs and, a lot of coins being in circulation is a good thing. And I've said this from the beginning. Like from the beginning, one thing positive that I had to say about Kaspa always was about the tokenomics. It's one of the best tokenomics I've seen for a new project, and I think that will help it in the future. But so far, obviously, it's still not listed on the centralized one exchanges. Obviously lacks that liquidity. But yeah, so far so good. Obviously, one step at a time. Let me know down below what you guys personally think. What are you guys doing right now? Love each and every one of you guys. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.
That was a super quick video from Crypto ZX. Rosa, why is turbo down? That's a good question. I did a turbo video earlier. No problem, right? It's a lot of videos and a lot of oh wow, turbo's down big. No, that's a good question. You're talking about cash, but feeling sorry for them holders. Yeah, I didn't even get the whole thing. I mean, I heard about it, but I didn't even get a chance to get into it before it tanked like crazy. So I don't know. But be careful out there. All I can say, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, be careful what you invest in, because there's going to be a lot of rug pulls and a lot of stuff that's legit is going to crash and burn as this bull market heats up. The liquidity is spread too thin because there's too many cryptocurrencies. So be careful what you invest in, because there's a lot of crazy things that are coming up and going to disappear. But this is my main man, your crypto crew, and he's talking about Ingram Labs and the roll-ups for Kaspa. So let's see what he has to say, and I guess we'll shut it down after that. So thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and super chat. But let's get to your crypto crew.
On board of tokens that don't necessarily have that big of liquidity and at risk. So the lessons learned during L2 experiment, meaning all gas in Libra will be paid either in past, which is a wrapped version of gas,
What's up, Crypto Crew, and welcome back. Or if this is your first time, I'm Captain Crypto Mite, actively escaping the matrix, scoping out the crypto ocean. See if you like your odds, get on the boat, stay up to date, thumbs up, and join the hunt. Into the boat! Crypto Crew, today we're diving into a groundbreaking topic, how Igra Labs is revolutionizing rollups on the Kaspa network with cutting-edge technology, atomic programmability, and unmatched speed. Igra Labs is setting a new standard for DeFi and decentralized applications. Stay tuned as Maya Sahavi breaks down how this groundbreaking protocol is reshaping the crypto ocean. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Before we start, Crypto Crew, always remember to keep your crypto investments safe. Practicing self-custody is key, especially during the 2025 bull run. And in my personal opinion, the Tangem wallet is your best option. Plug and play, easy to use, and the most affordable cold storage, in my opinion. So if you wish to order your Tangem wallet today, you can get 10% off using code CryptoCrew. Check out the link in the description box below. Thanks so much for your consideration and support in advance, and may the Lord Jesus Christ bless you all. So let's get in today's video. Igra Labs explained by Maya Sahavi. Shout out to Cliff Choi for this recording.
We are building the first one contract. We have it will create an opportunity for developers to build a DeFi app. And that's never impossible until now. What is Eagle? Base rollup on Kaspa. And this presentation is going to explain to you why Eagle is really the only design we have seen base rollup and the one that piggyback from the community. Eagle is really essentially using the Kaspa block data as a sequencer and for settlement. In order to introduce more developers the ability to have atomic programmability. And that will enable us to see new primitives ingrained within one ZK-based rollup that we haven't yet seen in communication in one singular flow within an L1. We have seen Ethereum and Solana and try and deal with the biggest problems that they have, and that is the trilemma, right? How do you scale in a decentralized fashion that is still secure? And as Ethereum has evolved, we have seen more and more L2s, but those L2s don't necessarily use the L1 properties ingrained within Ethereum, the base layer as we call it, right? There's a misalignment rooted in the fact that those L2s use a multi-sig bridge and don't have the same incentives as the L1 token. And that results in a lot of liquidity fragmentation and an attempt to slice and dice the different features that a blockchain really has, right? And if we were to break it down, what we see is that you need data availability, execution, sequencing, and consensus. And the existing L2s in the ecosystem to use the security of an L1. And then the Ethereum community introduced the concept of a base rollup. However, the one problem of a base rollup is that it always rolls up to the minimum viable constraint that dictates what is speed and what is possible. A base rollup is one that uses the L1 for sequence, for settlement, and for consensus. What we are looking to do in Igra is sequence and settle and scale out the consensus from Kaspa to an EVM layer, which is Igra. We are going to try and scale up where our limitations are based on the speed of the block DAG sequencing, i.e. Kaspa. Because right now, Kaspa is on track to become the fastest row sequencer for the introduction of Crescendo in May. It's the basic scheme, how Igra Labs kind of is going to work, right? You're going to have users transactions to the L1 Kaspa for sequencing, and then be able to confirm the state transition within Igra nodes. What is Igra? Atomically programmable EVM chain that is a base rollup. And we have 6 pillars that navigate how we're progressing and what we're building. That is sequencing using Kaspa. Right now, in the initial rollout of our mainnet, we're going to be studying on Kaspa, but as we scale up, we will enable settlement on any ZK chain. We are going into a real-time settlement world for high performance as more and more institutional trade by looking into using blockchains and crypto. The validity and the consistency of different state transition between different logic zones we heard in the previous panel are going to be validated and verified through Kaspa as a base layer. Due to us building on Kaspa, we ultimately inherit the Bitcoin grade proof of work security that is second only to Bitcoin. I don't know if there are any builders in the room, but for those who are, so you know, we are launching our DevNet, and it's going to enable any EVM DApp working on Solidity to launch on Ingram. 5 properties that you don't see in any L2 today that is EVM compatible, or on other quantity-based rollups. 1, Bitcoin grade security inherited from the L1. 2, real-time fast performance. Because of the speed of TPS, we are able to be MEV resilient and TradeFi real-world assets looking to create DeFi app on us. We're going to be able to offer the DAOs synchronous atomic composability, or what they call atomic programmability. What can you build with that, right? That's where it gets exciting. For DeFi, you know, stable coins and perpetual markets and so forth. However, they're constrained by the amount of liquidity that you have as a base asset. The minute we'll have synchronous communication within one logic zone, we'll be able to offer on-chain DEX swaps that are able to fulfill orders and trades within one single block. That means that you can build stable coins on board of tokens that don't necessarily have that big of liquidity and mitigate that risk. Why? Because you can enable DeFi apps to build risk engines, the kind that were only available in traditional finance, but didn't have that possibility due to the latency in block settlement. Eagle Labs is a project that is based in 2 different phases. 1, we're going to have a base rollup, the one that we're launching in Q2, an incentivized testnet that is non-ZK. Due to the fact that Kaspa doesn't have the ZK verification opcode at its time. And our goal when we're building this, we want to be proof of market. We want to be able to offer builders the possibility to start building, launching, and experimenting with the Ingram. Our first priority is building. Then, when we're going to have ZKVM, we're going to be able to have a phase 2 of a ZK-based rollup on top of Kaspa. We expect that to happen by Q4, launch in Q1 of 26. This is a list of some of the partnerships that we already have. If you're a builder, you're DApp, and you're curious how these features can integrate into what you want to build, please reach out and talk to us. We're going to have a very specific design for the economes, meaning, yes, we will have a token. That token is not for gas. Ethereum is built for the lessons learned in Ethereum L2 experiment, meaning all gas in Ethereum will be paid either in past, which is a wrapped version of Canopy. However, we will need a token in order to secure the egress nodes that validate the different state transition. And for that, we are also reaching out to miners, mining pools. Anyone who has Kaspa and wants to participate, if you hold a node in Kaspa and you want to participate in egress, please talk to us. I think it's also important to state that in crypto, every token has a function within the utility, and we are building for the community. Those tokens, the egress token will also be a governance token or a separate DAO coming in to let the community take part in all the changes and the roadmap ahead of us.
Crypto Crew, as you've seen, Igra Labs is the direct answer to what Maya Sahavi calls Ethereum's failing layer 2 experiment. And you can watch a vid on Ethereum's current existing problems here. But Kaspa is about to launch revolutionary stuff even after the 10 blocks per second upgrade. If you are excited about the future of DeFi and innovation on the crypto ocean, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good.
Stick around.
Fix your mind.
Where is this guy getting this feed from? They're literally at the what is this? They're literally at the Hong Kong uh conference, right? And I ain't seen nobody else posting that feed. I've been looking for it all over YouTube. I think he's the only one that has it. And he stays with insider information about Kaspa, right? This is like the main Kaspa hub now. But let me know what you guys think about the Ingram Labs. Yeah, Pip, I just looked that up. Mantra's down 90%, but very, very slowly creeping back up. But will it go back to previous levels? Perhaps during the bull run when new people come in and have no idea. Yeah, I just looked at the numbers on that. That is crazy. What happened? I don't understand how it just dropped. And I was looking at it. I never bought it, but I was looking at it, right? But what was this? This is crazy. I hadn't even seen a drop like this before. Not with a regular crypto to down to nothing. Because look, this was like what, $8 down to 70 cents? How did that even happen? What happened? Right? This is, yeah, $6 down to 40 cents. I would be big mad, like crazy mad. So if you look at the year, I think the all-time high was $8. What is that? Live Coin Watch. I think I have it up. I do not. Why do I not have Live Coin Watch up? Let me see. Uh, that's got me shook. Thinking about consolidating most of my investments, because that was a crazy dip. All-time high was $9. Was almost at $10, down to 5 cents. That's a serious hit. Last 7 days, it's down 86%, 87% in the last 30 days. Whoa there, killer. Uh, Great. Another wrap cancel with no proof of reservations. Be more stupid. Huh? What's the prediction for Cass's bull run? 70 cents, 120 or more. Actually, where's the article? These guys are saying the next zone would be 9 cents to 14 cents. Oh yeah, I didn't say the full price. I'm thinking maybe 25 cents to possibly $1.50 maybe at the high end. But we'll have to wait and see. But we will see. Look at in their wrapped Caspa fiasco. Oh, that's what happened with them. That changed link. That's why they were separated from Caspa. As far as RWA goes, I'm holding Rio and Ondo. Yeah, I got Ondo as well. And I thought I had another RWA. What was that? Trying to pull this up actually. might help if I was in the crypto. What was this? That's not RWA though. Is it? No, Sui's not RWA. I don't know. Let me see. Yes, coin ranking. I don't have coin ranking up. That's crazy though. That whole Cliff Chai? Who's this Cliff Chai? What is this? Thanks, Crypto Pumps. What's up, man? What's going on? Uh, hey, this can't be right. Um, check Cliff Chai. Oh, I guess you were. Okay. Wow. Thanks, Crypto Pumps. That's actually pretty cool. There's no videos here. That's weird. Okay. Interesting. Toy. Oh, I'm tripping. You're right. It's Toy. God dang it. Yeah, as I say, if I could spell, I'd be dangerous, boy. Ah! Uh, Brickens. Brickens. What? Yeah, I was looking up RWS. Where is it? Yeah, coin. What is this? Coin ranking. Categories. RWA. So yeah, Ondo. Yeah, Goldfinch. Dang, Goldfinch. Dang, we live. Goldfinch up 66%. We are live. I should have picked up more of that. Dang it. Dang it. Shit. Goldfinch. Let's see here. We start moving assets over to Goldfinch. Brickens. Hmm. Yipes. Let me see. I need to make a note of that. What is this? Oil bit too high. Lumini, Goldfinch, White Rock. Ooh, no market cap there for White Rock. Pendle. I got in Pendle earlier. Dang, makers $1,000? Holy camole. What the spiznit? I guess we just got Ondo and Finch, I guess. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Uh, hmm. What was that? GLI? Just making a note real quick before we shut it down. Thanks for joining. Just thinking here. But thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. What part of Ireland are you from? I used to live in a town in Wicklow for 11 years. It's weird. As always, it's your main man BTM here. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and super chat. And as always, let's get back to the money, guys, and stay dangerous. Miner out.